when they bumped into them, I was reading some shit, cause there's awesome shit I was reading. Fucking, they already would had a fucking. Okay, we live. Okay, yeah. Okay, bet. Yeah. So when we left Sirius, well, the lizards come from Sirius B. We fell here into this universe, but we was traveling to our mother. That's when we ran past Nubaru. Nubaru was in our, because when you space travel, you're gonna press one button and all your destinations are gonna already be predestinated to move in the light in the speed of light. So when we bumped into Nibiru, we destroyed like a third of their planet or a little less, like a 16th. So they got mad because it was the main part of the planet where the little green things lived at, that they was using as slave to harvest plutonium. Gigi. Gigi. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, they was getting their Gigi to harvest the plutonium, and and they started creating mass destruction because we had to take a pit stop. When we hit them, we stopped to apologize and we like tried to send signals to them. The Anunnaki, we tried to send signals to them, and they didn't really take our apology too good, so they shot at us. We fucking we destroyed some more of their planet. Then we moved along. That's when because our destination was Earth. Our destination was Earth. So they followed us here. They already was under the command of the lizards. So you know what I'm saying? The lizards had them as slaves already. They already had control of their planet, you know what I'm saying, from Sirius B. So when the lizards came after us, they followed us here. And that's really what the origin of how the Gigi, the Anunnaks, the Dracos, they followed everybody here because Dracos just want to rule everything. That's they mad. They whole entire agenda is to conquer, rule, and feed on humans. They like to eat black people and stuff, and they like to eat other humans that drink blood. They like to do all that thing. The Komodo dragon, that's the closest you will get to a real life reptilian Draco. You know what I'm saying? Species, alien species. That's what they look like. That's exactly what they look like. A Komodo dragon, but it can talk telepathy. It's very tall, strong, and it's built like a man. And the ones with flat faces, they can wear suits. Those the mugs that we seeing, or you know what I'm saying? You see somebody like, oh, they think they got a mask on, they do. You know what I'm saying? They do got a mask on. But yeah, about the Gigi was really ruled. They ruled by the Dracos. I don't know if they're created by the Dracos or whatever, but Dracos ruled the Gigi. They got them, the great aliens, the Zeta. You feel me? They rule the Greys. So the Greys are just here to abduct, observe, and just do experiments. Because, like I said, I'm gonna take it back to a Bantu African tribal member that I was watching. He was talking about the direct connection between Black African people and Elohim and the ways that we got here. Like he said, we migrated from the sky. Bantu, that means sun people. You know what I'm saying? That's what family I'm come from my descendants. I looked up on ancestry, so back. So the Bantu people come from the sky. Therefore, we were followed here by the lizards. The Bantu people. In fact, let me go through it so y'all can hear the first time. I want everybody to have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. Nobody understand. He's gonna give it to you self-explanatory.
Shalom, everybody. So, once upon a time, there were things that walked this earth that came from the heavens, and they interbreeded, DNA splice, clone, and caused slaves to be made, and some was in a mine and they migrated. and all across the world, which was closer than what we are now. And there was other lands here, and they made their own colonies, kingdoms, children, languages, and so on. And this what causes the flood.
That had to be what? That was too dirty, right? Too much ungodly grace.
And that was animals spliced with human DNA, is where some of these archetypical gods come from that some worship. But when the flood came, it disembodied all flesh that breathed air. The only thing that survived was the Dagon or the Dugan or the water spirits, because they was already in water. And so we see kingdoms buried in water. We see monuments on land that nobody can replicate and orchestrate. And even with the quantum computers and all this stuff that can go back into time and give us information, yet we can't get the blueprint of these architecture types across the earthlands. So those folks that was disembodied, the good book or the breath of God say that I will make them spirits that would torment men on earth from the heavens. So that's not even 199 that got locked up. They didn't even get disembodied. They got locked up whole. And then there's the disembodied, what we call elements or elemental forces, or basically your periodic table. And so from the beginning, those disembodied etheric spirits was what creation was about. And I'll turn it back over to the hands of
Video, right?
You got it?
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh, okay. So that's why it's called elemental particles, forces, because the end is no different than the beginning. The beginning is no different than the end. And in the beginning was already a pit, a void. But
yeah, that's true, brother. Tune in, listen to what this great man has to say. He's a good speaker, like my brother DC.
What was he trying to break when he was talking that story? That is, if you are familiar with it, or any type of understanding that you may have as far as these extraterrestrial species are concerned. Okay, when we talk about extraterrestrial, I want people to recognize that even black people are extraterrestrial. Before I will go to the other species. As I've said, we are Bantus, we are from the sky, so we have names to identify ourselves. That is why so it's the heavens, the people, and the people who are from the sky, the ones who are travelers, master civilizers, the master builders, the architecturers of each and every civilization. So when we talk about extraterrestrial like the Chitauru, no reptilian, or snake kind of looking like, if people don't understand that, snake kind of looking like aliens. We are talking about a different species that inhabit a different place in the galaxy. And it's in the Draco constellation. When people know much about constellations and the galaxy, and they have studied astrology, they will know that there's this astrological constellation that appears now in our time. It is the one that is dominant during this winter time. When the setting of the Orion, it will dominate as a Draco constellation. That's where the reptilians are from, who are called Chitauru. And then there's different aliens who are from different places, who are different races. And these different races, they do hijack human beings to do experiment on human beings. And they do hijack human beings to find out a deeper secret that it's instilled within us. As far as I've talked about the internal knowledge that is told external. So they don't have internal power and internal knowledge. They try to find out how do we store this internal knowledge and straight vortex that is called the infinity in other words, or that is called the great Mkhutulwane wa Mkhutulwane, who's the great all-wise one, never been known, never been seen, yet has existence, the all-creator. So they want to know about the all-creator because they've made war against the great throne in the galactical epicenter of different galaxies. There's a throne of the great creator, and they've made war on that throne. And the wars are still continually. That is why we have draconian systems that dominate us, colonization, apartheid, and all these systems, because the systems exist through the power of those areas. They do.
The words say that the Igigi and the Anunnaki with a G, Nagis, wish to know what we know, because we were made in, he said, the all creator's image for their understanding. We'll let that marinate, and y'all just eat that, sleep on it, and let the Most High give you a vision tonight. Shalom. You see the Tishvite.
Sure. They call me Don't the Hebrew, I'm follow. Believer.
Shalom, Braka.
I'm gonna get my name.